Hello, how's that?
Great.
Good
morning, everyone. Welcome back to the first in-person Employee of the Month in, I don't know how many months, but welcome back. It's been a while. Excited? Does it say here? No. But it's great to be back in the Arsenal Gallery together again. And my first in-person Employee of the Month. I've heard a lot about these gatherings and mostly about the omelets. And Arsenal for being here today and preparing delicious breakfast for everyone here and for all of our recipients and honorees. We are here today to honor employees for the month of October who have demonstrated extraordinary performance, accomplishment, and commitment to parks. Our first Operations Employee of the Month goes to Karen Chin. Karen began her parks career in 1997 and currently serves as the agency's fleet compliance officer. In this role, Karen is responsible for all aspects of vehicle compliance, including scheduling and teaching defensive driving classes, following up on overdue collision reports, monitoring the authorized driver list, and managing fuel cards. Karen is extremely reliable, resourceful, and knows everyone in the agency. She was instrumental in tackling our overdue defensive driving backlog, bringing it down from 2,000 employees to single digits. On many occasions, the registration rolls for classes were subpar. In very short order, up until the morning of, she managed to fill each class to capacity. Karen also pursues outstanding claims. As a result, she has generated over $25,000 for the agency in the last 3 months alone. All of Karen's responsibilities go towards making the agency a safer place to work. Karen is a lifelong resident of Queens. She is an avid golfer, often playing with her father, and has expressed interest in getting back into the sport. She has the goal of training for and one day running the New York City Marathon. Before coming to parks, Karen worked as a high-profile diplomatic security officer at the United Nations. For her dedication and commitment, Karen was nominated by Deputy Chief of Operations Brian Alcoyne, with support of Chief Paris Apollon, Deputy Commissioner Mark Hope, and First Deputy Commissioner Liam Kavanaugh.
We just want to say thank you to Paris and Brian, truly honored, and I appreciate letting me know. Thank you.
Congratulations, Karen. Our second Operations Employee of the Month goes to Michael Nicholas. Michael has been working for parks seasonally since 2005 and is currently a city seasonal aide assigned to the Bronx. Michael is a persistent and
and dedicated partner. Over the summer, he was promoted to the title of filter plant operator at Floating Lady Pool. His responsibilities included maintaining the balance of water, taking pool readings, cleaning the pool, and training new FPOs. Since the opening of the pool, Michael has proven his devotion and reliability to our agency by going above and beyond in every aspect of his duties. An example of his commitment was shown the first week of July, when a fire broke out, shutting down the pool. During this incident, Michael worked late shifts to help maintain the quality of water and assist in any way possible to help his coworkers open the pool back up for the community. Michael has continued his record of hard work in new assignments in the Bronx, and his love of the job shines through every day. Michael has a love of life. He spends his spare time revamping rooms in his house and playing Xbox with his grandson. For his tenacity and diligence, Michael was nominated by Park Supervisor Mildred Torres with support of Chief of Operations Larry Stunis, Borough Commissioner Iris Rodriguez Rosa, Deputy Commissioner Mark Folk, and First Deputy Commissioner Liam Kaplan.
I don't have too much to say, just thank you, Mildred, for allowing me and taking me out of my nights as a senior. More importantly, all my PS1s and PS2s, brown shirts, white shirts, putting up with me and my attitude sometimes, but I get the job. I get the job. And I do it for them, especially my white shirts. I just want to thank all my other FPOs and all the CSAs. But we don't really get to shine as much as everyone else. We're really in behind the scenes. And that's it. Just thank you for this. I really means a lot. And I really accept this for Brenda Hines, late Brenda Hines.
Congratulations. Our third Operations Employee of the Month goes to Natalie Gallard Walker. Natalie began her parks career in 1987 as a city seasonal aide and was hired full-time in 1997. She is currently a park supervisor in Brooklyn District 1. Natalie is a driven leader, a real fire and brimstone motivator, dedicated to her parks and the community she serves, while also taking time to develop her staff to become the next generation of leaders. She leads from the front, starting her day before the sun comes up, getting eyes on each of her properties, and troubleshooting the entire operation before her staff arrive. She gives clear, concise direction to her staff and sharp, informative feedback up the chain of command. She is truly a pro's pro after over 3 decades with the agency. Natalie takes her new employees under her wing and shepherds those who have had missteps in the past. After over 3 decades on the job, she still has the same passion she had as on day one, and she continues to be a leader, peer, advisor, and friend to everyone she interacts with. She is a true asset to our agency. Natalie's hobbies include vacationing around the world, and she loves cruises. She volunteers regularly and delivers meal kits to seniors. Natalie lives with her husband in Brooklyn and has 5 children and 1 grandson. For her leadership and reliability, Natalie was nominated by APRM Vincent Piccolo with support from Chief of Operations Jeff Sigadell, Borough Commissioner Marty Marsh, Deputy Commissioner Mark Vogt, and First Deputy Commissioner Leo Kavanaugh.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to receive this award, and I'm truly honored and humbled. I would like to thank Commissioner Gabrielle, Martin Law, Chief of Operations Jeff Sigadell, my super, Jay Hewitt, my regional and district manager, Christina Pisano, and Vincent Piccolo, for your continued support and recognition. I would like to say thanks to all my staff and colleagues that work with me each day. I am nothing without them. Thanks to my family for always supporting me, and most of all my mom. Thanks again, so much.
Congratulations, Natalie. The Employee of the Month for Administration goes to Alex Munoz. Alex started with Parks in 2018 and is the Assistant Director of Community Engagement for Green Thumb. His work ethic, leadership, and dedication are infectious. Alex oversees community engagement functions at over 550 gardens throughout the city. Aside from training an extensive outreach staff, Alex leads community garden groups in conflict resolution, assists in membership recruitment, tackles fundraising initiatives, and works to improve the community garden infrastructure. He also oversees the Youth Leadership Council that empowers young gardeners to participate and volunteer in their local community gardens. Aside from his primary dedication to Parks' community gardens, Alex also spends his time assisting mutual aid groups that have been hit hard by the pandemic in Southwest Brooklyn. Through his support, Alex does everything from waiting in line at the grocery store to see that families in his neighborhood have groceries on the table, to assisting with fundraising and food distribution. He does all of that work in his free time with compassion and dedication. Alex is an avid runner and has completed at least 1 New York City marathon. He can also be seen running around Prospect Park and training. He is a military veteran and did tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. For the skill and expertise he brings to his job, Alex was nominated by Assistant Director Isaac Mendez with support from Director Carlos Martinez, Assistant Commissioner Sam Biederman, and Deputy Commissioner Joy Wang. Congratulations.
Thank you all. This is such an honor, and thank you, Isaac, for nominating me. Thank you, Carlos Martinez, our outstanding director of Green Thumb. I also just want to thank the gardeners themselves, their volunteers who agreed to maintain and steward our community gardens around the city. They are amazing and very, very different. It's often like a wonderful, inspiring joy to work with them to try to make the city a better place. But like, Parks is amazing. We get to make the city a better place for over 8 million people. It's such an honor to continue doing that. It was definitely on my mind running the marathon 2.5 weeks ago. And seeing so much of this city, but also seeing so many parkies out there, seeing green spaces, including gardens I ran by, finishing here in Central Park. But last but not least, I want to thank my team. The outreach coordinators at Green Thumb are amazing. They challenge me, especially my two deputies, Anthony and Casey, who inspire me to be a better leader, who inspire me to be better at Green Thumb in general, to try to manage better, to always try to push the envelope of how we provide better services to the public. So, thank you again.
Thank you. The Employee of the Month for Capital Projects goes to Margarita Martinez. Margarita started with Capital in 2001 and is the Deputy Director of Budget for their fiscal management team. In this role, Margarita assists in the completion and tracking of technical budget documents and manages requests from the Office of Management and Budget. She serves as a liaison between Capital and other divisions across the agency, as well as with other city agencies. In addition, she provides training and guidance to the Capital budget staff. Recently, Margarita had to step up and take on increased responsibilities when the Director of Budget went on leave. With her can-do attitude, she worked tirelessly to keep her staff motivated while managing these new responsibilities. It is common for Margarita to follow up on emails long into the night and jump in to help with projects that are stuck or spiraling endlessly with OMB and to help move them forward. Margarita takes pride in her work, is a true team player, and we are very fortunate to have her. Margarita and her husband have two amazing daughters. She enjoys spending time with her family on trips to Puerto Rico and Lake George. She loves to cook and follows the cooking traditions learned from her mother, serving many traditional Puerto Rican dishes to family and friends. For her tireless dedication, Margarita was nominated by Assistant Commissioner Vincent Cirizzo with the support from Deputy Commissioner Therese Brown. Congratulations.
Good morning. I'm very honored to have been selected to receive Capital's October Employee of the Month award. I am grateful for the recognition I've received for my work because I'm sure that there are others who are equally as deserving. I'd like to give a special thanks to my team, Vincent Cerrito, Andrew Watanabe, and all my other coworkers. I'd like to give a special thanks for this award. Thank you.
Employee of the Month for Public Programs goes to Sarah Bishop. Sarah started with Mark in 2013 and is currently the center manager for the Williams Bridge Oval Recreation Center in the Bronx. Sarah's high-energy personality has made an enormous impact on center operations, the members, and the programming being offered. She is also committed to equipping center members with the knowledge and resources they need to have a sustainable and healthy lifestyle. Sarah makes every effort to provide exceptional support and leadership to her staff at the center. She can easily determine not only her staff's needs, but the individual needs of each center member. She is a wonderful ambassador for New York City Parks. Sarah has managed to maintain a high level of programming over the past few months since the reopening of our recreation center. She organized a back-to-school event with over 240 participants in September and a family fall festival with over 300 participants in October. These events have led to the recruitment of new center members of all ages. Going above and beyond her assigned duties, Sarah does a tremendous job reaching out to people within the community, forging new relationships with community stakeholders, and maintaining a positive relationship with elected officials. Sarah has a twin sister and one brother. She comes from a volunteer background after spending time with New York Cares and other volunteer organizations. For her devotion to both her center members and quality programming, Sarah was nominated by Deputy Chief of Recreation Sean James and Chief of Recreation Farrell Coates, with support from Assistant Commissioner Emily Chase and Deputy Commissioner Margaret Nelson. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank Chief James and Chief Coates and Chief Jones for always supporting me. And I'd like to thank my parents who were always pushing me to go farther. And all the Williamsbridge Oval Recreation staff, the past and present, with their ideas and their commitment and backing me up with all my crazy things that I want to do. They were always there to create amazing things for the community, and that's what we're here to do, to let them create memories at the parks and at the rec center so they can look back at it in a positive way. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sarah. The Employee of the Month for Urban Park Service goes to Reshma Krishnadai. Reshma started with Parks in 2017 as a PEP officer and now serves as a sergeant out of Brooklyn. She was recently tasked with supervising city seasonal aides assigned to our beaches and pools in Brooklyn. As a step-up supervisor, she displayed exceptional leadership skills. Even more impressive, given that it was her first season as a supervisor. Reshma is extremely hardworking and dedicated. She always checks and rechecks her plans meticulously, pointing out areas of concern to make sure they are addressed. She has also contributed to borough-wide operations by working other details, including time at Coney Island Boardwalk to help handle illegal vendors. After the summer season, she transitioned to the parade grounds to help patrol Prospect Park.
assist in various homeless cleanup details while also supervising staff. Reshma has served as a liaison to the Recreation Center and has helped manage PEP staff assigned there for security. This includes ensuring personnel are maintaining high professional standards and responding to any urgent issues that arise. She also serves as a representative on the morale committee for PEP. Additionally, she works several times a week as an inspector enforcing the city's vaccine mandates under the Key to NYC initiative. Reshma takes on tasks with great enthusiasm and drive. She is a natural leader that always gets the job done. While not official, Reshma likely holds the record for the most alcohol summonses issued by an officer. She likes fast food and takeout. For her resourcefulness, Reshma was nominated by Captain Laurel Stanko with support from Assistant Commissioner Edwin Rodriguez and Deputy Commissioner Margaret Nuss. Congratulations, Reshma.
I'd just like to say a special thank you to Captain Stanko. Ever since I took this uniform on, she's kind of been a mentor to me. She's taught me a lot about how to represent parks in a professional manner, what's necessary, my expectations, and she's pushed me a lot to be the supervisor that I am today. Even now, as I came in here, she was fixing my tie. She still continues to be a good mentor, and thank you to Inspector Harris for always including me in every meeting, expanding my knowledge so I know how to relay it up. And thank you, Commissioner, for pronouncing my name correctly.
I know I've got the proper pronunciation. So now this is exciting. Additionally, the Commissioner's Team of the Month Award goes to the Vaccine Ambassador Team. Really heroic work from this team. Team members include Casey Riley, Andre Mouzon, Therese Harris, Erica Valdez, Narendra Paramanand, Alberto Milan, Cherise Porter, Juliana Stinson, and Joseph Barca. In August, shortly after Mayor de Blasio announced the new vaccine and COVID testing requirements for city employees, the Vaccine Ambassador Team was established. With only 18% of field staff vaccinated at the time, it became clear that these new requirements could have an impact on operations. The ambassadors were tasked with visiting every district, recreation center, and PEP command across the agency before September 13th deadline. The team's mission was to inform employees of these new requirements and get the vaccination numbers up. Over a 4-week period, this team visited 165 sites across the agency, speaking with over 2,500 employees. These interactive discussions covered the COVID case and positivity rates at parks, how that compared to stats for New York City, the impact of the Delta variant, the benefits of getting vaccinated, information on breakthrough cases, the safety of the vaccine, and how to find a location to get vaccinated. Not every visit was a walk in the park. Team members sometimes met with strong opinions regarding the vaccines and disapproval of the city's pandemic policies. Some field staff expressed their concern about feeling underappreciated after showing up for work throughout the pandemic, while others were able to work from home. They felt as though they were being punished by these new rules. Team members, often conducting visits alone to cover more sites, had to answer tough questions and reach common ground with their fellow parties. They were able to help dispel misinformation regarding the vaccine while also ensuring the staff were made aware of how the new leave policies work. Despite these challenges, the impact of the Vaccine Ambassadors team was felt agency-wide. Over the course of this project, the percentage of vaccinated employees surged from 18% to 74%. And the agency's rate is now over 95%. For their exceptional work in taking on this new and often difficult responsibility, the Vaccine Ambassadors team was nominated by Deputy Commissioner Joy Wang and myself. Congratulations.
Really good work.
I wanted to start out by emphasizing on those opinions were strong going on. But thank you so much, commissioners, for nominating us for the award. We really appreciate it. We were really excited when we received the email that we were going to receive the commissioners award. We had a great time going out there and speaking to staff, especially after working during the pandemic and doing everything virtually. It was great to be out there and see staff face to face and to talk to them and to engage, especially right before returning to the workplace full time. So thanks again. We appreciate it.
Thank you all. You made us look really good citywide in comparison to other agencies, and they really took your best practices and put them to work. So thank you all. Now, I'm very excited to present the Years of Service pins to 3 long-standing parties who are each hitting 5-year milestones. I have the pleasure of actually working with all 3 of them very closely the last few months. And their knowledge, depth of experience, and passion after all these years for their jobs is just absolutely striking, and has just so impressed me. So I'm really thrilled to be able to present these pins to our fellow Parkies. First, we have Melody Rodriguez. With 20 years of service. Like so many Parkies, Melody started in the POP program and has served in different roles across the agencies, and everyone knows her. On a personal note, I've got to know her really well. I don't need to read this to say what a pleasure it is to work with Melody. We work together every day in my office. She keeps me on time as my scheduler and is so thoughtful to provide all of our office with what we need to thrive. And we're really grateful for her dedication and her attention to detail and her commitment to the Parks Department. She is warm, thoughtful, funny, and welcoming always. And, well, it's been a joy for me to work with you these past few months. And congratulations, Melody. Next, we have David Stark. David has 35 years of experience as a director, and I'm pretty sure knows all the ins and outs, all the secrets, all the details there are to know better than anybody. He has been invaluable colleague for me as I've navigated this new role, and so appreciate your support and your knowledge and your experience. Impossible to describe in a few sentences. I'm going to just throw out a few adjectives. Funny, risk taker, expert, cat lover, philosopher, creative. He can keep things light when things get a little difficult and heavy, and brings you food for thought when you're only hungry for lunch. Parky through and through, and beloved by so many in this agency, by everybody. We are really, I am so thrilled to be able to salute you and have worked with you on 35 years of service. David Stark.
Well, 35 years is really a sentence for someone, but for me, it was a pleasure. My biggest adventure here was I met my wife here over 30 years ago. We were married for 30 years. My father used to reduce things to little sentences, and he said, when you meet someone whose eyes offer something you'll never forget, you stick with it, and I am. That's the best thing.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with Parks for 20 years. Parks have been sort of my family. And I have my best friend here, Janice, and I love to death. And love working here and I do working here.
Last but certainly not least, what an honor it is for me to present Commissioner Kavanaugh. With 40 years of His reputation goes well beyond the Parks Department. I knew of Liam and his commitment and his service and his knowledge when I worked at City Hall. So greatly respected throughout all the city administration, certainly throughout the Parks Department. I'm quite sure there is nothing that Liam does not know about every park in this city, and how to keep our agency thriving and keep our parks beautiful for all New Yorkers, from forestry to playground maintenance, from parks inspection program to parks opportunity program to community parks initiatives, city park workers, Parks Without Borders. Liam's 40 years of dedicated service have bettered every part of this huge agency. Since joining Parks in 1981, Liam has held roles, I'm just going to name a few, including Brooklyn Forestry Director, Department Chief of Operations in Manhattan and Brooklyn, and Chief of Operations. He has just been an incredible guide for me. I'm grateful to have this time to work together, and I know your impact on the Parks Department, but on New York City. All New Yorkers should know your name and be grateful. And I'm so proud to be able to present you this thing. Commissioner Liam Kavanaugh.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Thank you, everyone. Have a fun morning, and see you all next month.